Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Drive something violently into a location. A conspicuous success. A gentle blow. A score in 10 pins, knocking down all 10 with the first ball. He finished with 3 strikes in the 10th frame. Make a strategic, offensive, assault against an enemy, opponent, or a target. We must strike the enemy's oil fields. Affect or afflict suddenly, usually adversely. Touch or seem as if touching visually or audibly. Find unexpectedly. Remove by erasing or crossing out or as if by drawing a line. Please strike this remark from the record. Cause to experience suddenly. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Form by stamping, punching, or printing. Strike coins. Smooth with a strickle. A group's refusal to work in protest against low pay or bad work conditions. The strike lasted more than a month before it was settled. Stop work in order to press demands. Produce by manipulating keys or strings of musical instruments. The pianist strikes a middle C. Occupy or take on. Strike a pose. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. Attain. An attack that is intended to seize or inflict damage on or destroy an objective. The strike was scheduled to begin at dawn. Arrive at after reckoning, deliberating, and weighing. Strike a balance. Baseball. A pitch that the batter swings it and misses, or that the batter hits into foul territory, or that the batter does not swing it but the umpire judges to be in the area over home plate and between the batter's knees and shoulders. This pitcher throws more strikes than balls. Cause to form, an electric arc, between electrodes of an arc lamp. Strike an arc. Deliver a sharp blow, as with the hand, fist, or weapon. The opponent refused to strike. Disassemble a temporary structure, such as a tent or a theatrical set. After the show, we'll have to strike the set and pack up. Indicate a certain time by striking. Pierce with force. Produce by ignition or a blow. Strike fire from the flintstone. Drive something violently into a location. He hit his fist on the table. Kill intentionally and with premeditation. Gain points in a game. He hit a home run. A conspicuous success. That song was his first hit and marked the beginning of his career. Hit with a missile from a weapon. Physics. A brief event in which 2 or more bodies come together. Make a strategic, offensive, assault against an enemy, opponent, or a target. Affect or afflict suddenly, usually adversely. We were hit by really bad weather. Reach a point in time, or a certain state or level. The thermometer hit 100 degrees. Encounter by chance. Cause to experience suddenly. An interesting idea hit her. The act of contacting one thing with another. Repeated hitting raised a large bruise. Produce by manipulating keys or strings of musical instruments. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. We hit Detroit by noon. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. The car hit a tree. A connection made via the internet to another website. WordNet gets many hits from users worldwide. A dose of a narcotic drug. A murder carried out by an underworld syndicate. It has all the earmarks of a mafia hit. Baseball. A successful stroke in an athletic contest, especially in baseball. He came all the way around on Williams's hit. Cuz to move by striking. Hit a ball. Deal a blow to, either with the hand or with an instrument. He hit her hard in the face. Hit the intended target or goal. Pay unsolicited and usually unwanted sexual attention to. He tries to hit on women in bars. A vigorous blow. He got a bang on the head. A conspicuous success. The party went with a bang. Have sexual intercourse with. Close violently. Directly. He ran bang into the pole. A border of hair that is cut short and hangs across the forehead. Strike violently. A sudden very loud noise. Leap, jerk, bang. The swift release of a store of effective force. They got a great bang out of it. Move noisily. The window banged shut. To produce a sharp, often metallic explosive or percussive sound. One of them banged the sash of the window nearest my bed. Hit hard. He smashed a 3-run homer. A vigorous blow. A conspicuous success. That new Broadway show is a real smasher. A serious collision, especially of motor vehicles. The act of colliding with something. The fullbacks smash into the defensive line. With a loud crash. The car went smash through the fence. Break into pieces, as by striking or knocking over. A hard return hitting the tennis ball above your head. Reduced to bankruptcy. The slump in the financial markets smashed him. Damage or destroy as if by violence. Humiliate or depress completely. The death of her son smashed her. Break suddenly into pieces, as from a violent blow. The window smashed. Collide or strike violently and suddenly. The motorcycle smashed into the guard rail. Hit, a tennis ball, in a powerful overhead stroke. Hit violently. She smashed her car against the guard rail. Overthrow or destroy, something considered evil or harmful. The police smashed the drug ring after they were tipped off. A conspicuous success. That new Broadway show is a real smasher. A very attractive or seductive-looking woman. A person who smashes something. The act of hitting vigorously. A gentle blow. The sound made by a gentle blow. A reproach for some lapse or misdeed. It was a bum rap. Make light, repeated taps on a surface. Genre of African American music of the 1980s and 1990s in which rhyming lyrics are chanted to a musical accompaniment. Several forms of rap have emerged. Strike sharply. Rap him on the knuckles. Perform rap music. Talk volubly. Voluble conversation. Draw from. Make good use of. Tap a telephone or telegraph wire to get information. The FBI was tapping the phone line of the suspected spy. Dance and make rhythmic clicking sounds by means of metal plates nailed to the sole of the dance shoes. Glover tap dances better than anybody. Make a solicitation or entreaty for something. Request urgently or persistently. A gentle blow. The sound made by a gentle blow. Make light, repeated taps on a surface. He was tapping his fingers on the table impatiently. A plug for a bunghole in a cask. A faucet for drawing water from a pipe or cask. The act of tapping a telephone or telegraph line to get information. A light touch or stroke. Strike lightly. He tapped me on the shoulder. A small metal plate that attaches to the toe or heel of a shoe, as in tap dancing. A tool for cutting female, internal, screw threads. Cut a female screw thread with a tap. Draw from or dip into to get something. Tap one's memory. Draw, liquor, from a tap. Tap beer in a bar. Furnish with a tap or spout, so as to be able to draw liquid from it. Tap a cask of wine. Pierce in order to draw a liquid from. Tap a maple tree for its syrup. Walk with a tapping sound. A score in 10 pins, knocking down all 10 with the first ball. Move downward and lower, but not necessarily all the way. The barometer is falling. The act of surrendering, usually under agreed conditions. Come into the possession of. When a wrestler's shoulders are forced to the mat. Fall from clouds. Rain, snow and sleet were falling. Lose an upright position suddenly. A sudden decline in strength or number or importance. The fall of the House of Habsburg. Fall or flow in a certain way. Fall to somebody by assignment or lot. A sudden sharp decrease in some quantity. When that became known, the price of their stock went into free fall. A free and rapid descent by the force of gravity. Touch or seem as if touching visually or audibly. Decrease in size, extent, or range. Come as if by falling. A downward slope or bend. The season when the leaves fall from the trees. In the fall of 1973. The time of day immediately following sunset. They finished before the fall of night. A sudden drop from an upright position. Come under, be classified or included. Fall into a category. Be inherited by. A lapse into sin, a loss of innocence or of chastity. A fall from virtue. A movement downward. The rise and fall of the tides. Assume a disappointed or sad expression. Be born, used chiefly of lambs. Be captured. Be cast down. Be due. Payments fall on the first of the month. Begin vigorously. Come out. Issue. Descend in free fall under the influence of gravity. Die, as in battle or in a hunt. Several deer have fallen to the same gun. Drop oneself to a lower or less erect position. Go as if by falling. Lose office or power. Lose one's chastity. A fallen woman. Move in a specified direction. The line of men fall forward. Occur at a specified time or place. Christmas falls on a Monday this year. Pass suddenly and passively into a state of body or mind. Fall into a trap. Slope downward. The hills around here fall towards the ocean. Suffer defeat, failure, or ruin. We must stand or fall. The lapse of mankind into sinfulness because of the sin of Adam and Eve. To be given by assignment or distribution. To be given by right or inheritance. Yield to temptation or sin. Be bright by reflecting or casting light. Emit light. Be bright, as of the sun or a light. Make a surface shine. Shine the silver, please. Touch or seem as if touching visually or audibly. The quality of being bright and sending out rays of light. Be shiny, as if wet. Experience a feeling of well-being or happiness, as from good health or an intense emotion. Have a complexion with a strong bright color, such as red or pink. Be clear and obvious. Be distinguished or eminent. His talent shines. Throw or flash the light of a lamp. Reach a point in time, or a certain state or level. Find unexpectedly. To gain with effort. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. Find unexpectedly. Find unexpectedly. Communicate the intended meaning or impression. Be received or understood. Find unexpectedly. Come together. Be perceived in a certain way. Make a certain impression. Take possession of. Find unexpectedly. Discover or determine the existence, presence, or fact of. Identify as in botany or biology, for example. Get to know or become aware of, usually accidentally. Make known to the public information that was previously known only to a few people or that was meant to be kept a secret. Find unexpectedly. Make a discovery. The story is false, so far as I can discover. Make a discovery, make a new finding. Röntgen discovered X-rays. See for the first time, make a discovery. Who discovered the North Pole? Find unexpectedly. Find unexpectedly. find unexpectedly. Remove by erasing or crossing out or as if by drawing a line. A tax that is measured by the amount of business done, not on property or income from real estate. Levy an excise tax on. Remove by cutting. The surgeon excised the tumor. Remove by erasing or crossing out or as if by drawing a line. A line indicating the location of the start of a race or a game. A depression scratched or carved into a surface. Informal terms for money. Cause friction. My sweater scratches. An indication of damage. Carve, cut, or etch into a material or surface. The lovers scratched their names into the bark of the tree. Dry mash for poultry. Remove by erasing or crossing out or as if by drawing a line. Scratch that remark. A harsh noise made by scraping. An abraded area where the skin is torn or worn off. Scrape or rub as if to relieve itching. Don't scratch your insect bites. Gather, money or other resources, together over time. They scratched a meager living. Postpone indefinitely or annul something that was scheduled. Scratch that meeting. The chair is ill. Poor handwriting. Cut the surface of. Wear away the surface of. A competitor who has withdrawn from competition. Golf. A handicap of 0 strokes. A golfer who plays at scratch should be able to achieve par on a course. Be relevant to. Return to consciousness. Cause to experience suddenly. Attain. Have an effect upon. Will the new rules affect me? Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Connect closely and often incriminatingly. This new ruling affects your business. Make believe with the intent to deceive. Act physically on. Have an effect upon. The medicine affects my heart rate. The conscious subjective aspect of feeling or emotion. Reproduce by printing. Mark or stamp with or as if with pressure. To make a batik, you impress a design with wax. Dye, fabric, before it is spun. Take someone against his will for compulsory service, especially on board a ship. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. This child impressed me as unusually mature. The act of coercing someone into government service. Produce or try to produce a vivid impression of. Impress positively. The young chess player impressed her audience. Give an incentive for action. This moved me to sacrifice my career. Be in a state of action. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. The soldiers moved towards the city in an attempt to take it before night fell. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. Cause to move or shift into a new position or place, both in a concrete and in an abstract sense. The director moved more responsibilities onto his new assistant. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. We must move quickly. The act of changing your residence or place of business. They say that 3 moves equal 1 fire. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Follow a procedure or take a course. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. Progress by being changed. Propose formally, in a debate or parliamentary meeting. Arouse sympathy or compassion in. Her fate moved us all. Change residence, affiliation, or place of employment. We moved from Idaho to Nebraska. Dispose of by selling. The chairman of the company told the salesman to move the computers. Game. A player's turn to take some action permitted by the rules of the game. Go or proceed from one point to another. The debate moved from family values to the economy. Live one's life in a specified environment. She moves in certain circles only. Move so as to change position, perform a non-translational motion. He moved his hand slightly to the right. The act of deciding to do something. He didn't make a move to help. Form by stamping, punching, or printing. Strike coins. A flat metal piece, usually a disc, used as money. Make up. Coin phrases are words. A candy that is flavored with a mint oil. Often followed by a large number or amount or extent. He made a mint on the stock market. Form by stamping, punching, or printing. Any member of the mint family of plants. Any north temperate plant of the genus Mentha with aromatic leaves and small mauve flowers. A plant where money is coined by authority of the government. As if new. In mint condition. The leaves of a mint plant used fresh or candied. Smooth with a strickle. Strickle the grain in the measure. An implement for sharpening scythes. A tool or rod used to level off grain or other granular material that is heaped in a measure. A tool used in a foundry to shape a mold in sand. Level off with a strickle in a measuring container. Strickle sand. A group's refusal to work in protest against low pay or bad work conditions. Stop work in order to press demands. Leave abruptly, often in protest or anger. Leave suddenly, often as an expression of disapproval.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.